You know what? For me, Israel, what I see Israel doing is nuking. They will nuke. That's what I predict is going to happen. Because they want it. They want blood.
Some breaking news. Israel might be dropping a nuclear bomb on Iran. I'm serious. And Netanyahu just said, quote, "A message to Iranians. I have been speaking to you for decades, and the moment of truth is finally approaching." And something you need to know, this comes only days after Israel issued an evacuation order to all Iranians within just 15 kilometers of Iran's biggest nuclear facility, Isfahan. For context, 15 kilometers is about how far away you'd have to be if a nuclear bomb blew up around you for you to be okay. And so it seems here this evacuation order combined with this statement by Netanyahu today that Israel is preparing to drop a bomb so big onto Iran's nuclear facilities that people within 15 kilometers of that blast could be affected.
I don't want to fearmonger and scare you, but I really believe there is a high enough possibility that the US and or Israel, which is the same entity, will potentially use nukes on Iran.
I'm thinking about nukes. I'm literally thinking like, well, why write my book that I'm writing? Why do a lot of different things at this point with life? Because we're all going to be blown to smithereens at the end of the day. Because Israel is that insane. These Smotrich, Ben-Gvir, I think it was Smotrich's son, is either dead or dying because they bombed Lebanon again. These people think that they can get away and get away and get away and murder and murder and blood and blood and blood, and it's not going to catch up with them. They think they're free. Trump is free. Trump said, I don't care. Just like Bush said when they asked him about his legacy and what he did with Guantanamo Bay and waterboarding. I don't care. I'm not going to be alive, he said. What is Trump saying? I only follow my own morality.
He can go to Spain with his army when he wants.
He can do whatever he wants. These people feel that they are gods. They are gods. And this is what they want. And they want to balkanize. They want the goy, us goy slop. They think that we are garbage and we are the slaves. And guess what? We are the slaves. We are the slaves.
This lady's going off. She's in Germany, in Berlin, Germany. They're doing protests. And I'm not sure if she's a German citizen herself. Perhaps her ancestors were German and she grew up in America and then she went back to Germany. I don't know her story, but she's popping up on my timeline so much on Instagram. We're going to go into more of her videos because I love her rage here. She's an older lady using the Gen Z slang, the goy slop, and I absolutely love it. She's not holding anything back. And I recently made a video making Germany look good when it comes to taking care of its citizens, when it comes to just getting a job, healthcare, the healthcare situation, and just their programs that make sure the citizens do not, become homeless and have no healthcare, just like the US. But in that video, I did not consider their take on Israel. I did more research because I'm looking to other countries to move to because I don't want to remain in the US for the rest of my life, knowing the blood guilt that is on the hands of this country. I don't want to be a part of that blood guilt because that defiles the land. This is what I believe is an Old Testament principle I still believe applies to today, and I don't want to be a part of that. So I'm looking for other countries that have at least less blood guilt. And Germany seems to really support what Israel is doing. And so, yes, Germany has great programs. I believe they have great programs for its citizens in terms of healthcare and just assistance. When somebody's really poor in poverty, can't find a job, vacation days. That's kind of what that video was about that I was discussing previously about Germany. But when it comes to their politics and supporting Israel, being pro-Israel, well, Germany is lost the mark.
We are the slaves. We are the slaves. This goy slop. They look at us as goy, as lesser than. We are lesser than. We are the ones to do their dirty work, to clean up their garbage. Look at what Sarah Netanyahu does every time she comes to America. She brings trunk loads and suitcases of dirty laundry so the White House laundromat people can clean her dirty sheets and iron them. You think I'm making it up about the goy and what they think of us? That's what they think of all of us.
Oh, I know. It's in their book, the Talmud. It's in the book that they view us, me and you, anybody who does not have their cult bloodline, their Ashkenazi, which is really Khazarian, that bloodline. They look at us as dogs, animals. As animals. I'm being so serious with y'all. They view us as animals, not even human, subhuman. That's how they see us. And so I don't doubt the story that she's telling us about Benjamin Netanyahu's sister? I forgot who she is. I had never heard about that before, but it doesn't seem off the mark at all. Do my dirty laundry, that I probably did some very nasty things on. Do that dirty laundry for me. You're not even a human because you are the animals. You are beneath us. Do my dirty, disgusting laundry. Taking it to the White House. We're supposed to show respect there, like the head office of the whole nation, bringing her dirty laundry. That's just the ultimate show of disrespect for America. Coming to the White House, the seat of the government of this nation, do my dirty laundry. Yeah. They don't even view us as human beings.
Us, 99%. And maybe if you're a millionaire and a billionaire and you're still a goy, like Epstein did business with the goys, it's all there. It's
like
in the Epstein files.
About getting rid of all the poor people.
Yeah,
in the file.
Yeah, I mean, we're nothing. We are there's a YouTube channel. I think his name is Ashmogoyan or Ashmogolian. Who
I think she's referring to Ashman Gold. Is that the YouTube channel's name? I've been hearing some things about him. Asman Gold, I believe, that he's in heavily support of Israel. That's what I've been hearing. I haven't really looked too much into it, but I think that's what she's referring to.
who literally said yesterday, you know what? Killing everyone has always been a good choice. I think it makes sense. I think we should kill everyone.
What?
You don't think that. They said
He said that. This guy, Ashmogolian, said he was really mentioning he's pro-Israel. So he's basically saying, do it to the Iranians, do it to all the people that don't fall into line and manufacture consent, who completely follow the mainstream media narrative that Israel is the top, MEGA, make Israel great again, forget about everyone else. Germany's already doing it with Staatsräson. They don't have to do anything to Germany. Germany's already doing it. Staatsräson. Germany exists for Israel. It is doing.
Yeah, so Germany is as complicit with the same amount of blood guilt as the U.S., just probably not being used as the top dog because Israel's using the U.S. right now. You can say the top lapdog. So Germany is not as powerful as the U.S., but Germany is still very guilty, has a lot of blood guilt on their hands because of that. So yeah, I take back my recommendation of considering Germany as a country to move to. Again, it's really sad for me because the history of Germany, I believe at one point, it was really well led and still is a good country. It's just the leadership. The leadership, if you have the leadership of a great country bad, then it just ruins supporting that country, even though it's great and it was built on really great principles and they do a lot of great things, have a lot of great industries, have a lot of great systems, have a lot of great people, but the leadership is wicked and has blood guilt on their hands, a lot of it, then it still can't be recommended in good conscience, unfortunately.
This is government by gangsterism. If Merz and the EU says, yes, Donald, yes, co-conspirator of the PDF files, hopefully not boom, 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 Berlin, but boom, boom, Tel Aviv is looking like Gaza now. And you know what? Karma is a natural law. Cause and effect is a natural law. I will be part of it too. I will die. We will all die if we allow this messianic, Zionist, insane, they're insane. They want the end of the world. They want the Al-Alaska Mosque to blow up. They want the new regime to come. And what is that regime? I ask you, what is that regime? Satanic, we're on the brink like this. And boom, boom, Berlin will occur. This is not about the rule of law. This is about vested interests. Iran has destroyed and destroyed and destroyed. And what are Germans doing? Oh, victim. Oh my God. Boom, boom, Tel Aviv. And boom, boom, Berlin is going to be the fate of Germany right now. If it doesn't say to Ursula, we're not joining. We're not joining. We don't want to be part of this bloodbath, this Zio slop. We don't want that. So this is why I wanted to speak just right now, because what's happening is we're on the brink like this. And boom, boom, Berlin will occur. This is not about the rule of law. This is about vested interests. Merz, Baerbock, vested interests. This is not about the rule of law. And this is government by gangsterism. If Merz and the EU says, yes, Donald, yes, co-conspirator of the PDF files, yes, they deleted almost 63,000 pages of the Epstein files.
It's true.
Because they don't want people to see Trump and all of them with little girls. The land that you're going to live in, Germans, this is the taxpayer money that you're going to pay. All I gotta say is, hopefully not boom, 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 Berlin, but boom, boom, Tel Aviv is looking like Gaza now. They will nuke. That's what I predict is gonna happen. Because they want it. They want blood. They want death. They don't care. They love it. They dance to it. Other than someone is gonna say to me, oh, but Hamas, Hamas. Oh no,
What do you mean by blood?
They don't care. They don't care. This is a bloodlust. This is a sacrifice. This is a sacrifice for the new Messiah to come.
That's how they see it.
If you read enough.
Yeah, but all their God is
To the
sacrifice.
system. We are slaves to the system if we don't speak out en masse. Why are there so many police here again? Are we walking? Oh, we're walking.
And if this escalates, like there's hypersonic missiles that Iran has, they could easily take down an aircraft carrier.
They've already taken down something. I saw footage, right, from Palestine.
And it's weird that the US brings the aircraft carrier if they have
don't
no
care.
defense.
They don't care if they die. That's what I want to say to you. Trump made a speech. I heard it this morning. He doesn't care if they all die. In the 80s in Beirut, did they care? People don't know about that. Did they care? They didn't care. They don't care if you die. They don't care if I die. That's why at the end of the day, if I die, I die. I don't care. But not under their auspices.
And do they care about nukes by Israel?
You know what? For me, Israel, what I see Israel doing is nuking. They will nuke. That's what I predict is going to happen. Because they want it. They want blood. They want...
I don't doubt it, y'all. I really don't. You can't put anything past these people.
First German journalist.
I'm the first German journalist, German citizen journalist who's being sanctioned, who's living in Europe. That's a precedent case. So the sanctions grant you a certain amount of money for humanitarian reason to be able to survive. I was granted 506 euros that I'm allowed to use from my frozen account per month. And I'm living in Berlin, where the average rent is 1,500 euros, maybe. And you're not able to survive with 506 euros in a month with 2 children and a wife.
No.
So now what happened is that the bank, my bank, froze even that amount of money. So I have right now no access to no money. I can't buy food for my children, medicine for me, for myself, for my children, nothing.
So let's read some of these comments. Balcony to the Table apparently knows what's going on. Many are asking how this happened. In a nutshell, his media outlet was practically alone in consistently covering Germany's brutal repression of Palestinian protests, and the coverage had a lot of impact and embarrassed the German state and media. This caused Germany's pro-Zionist media, which has encouraged police and state repression of Palestinian solidarity activists, to start a smear campaign against him and his company, falsely accusing it of being a Russian propaganda / disinformation tool, without ever providing serious evidence because there is none. This in turn led the EU to impose sanctions on him using the anti-Russian sanctions regime, in the first case of EU sanctions being used against a journalist and EU citizen whose work has absolutely nothing to do with Russia or the war in Ukraine. They even opposed Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The case is also further evidence of how intertwined German media is with the government. Somebody said the EU is becoming a totalitarian communistic state, so there's no democracy in the EU. This is so insane. Germany is ruled by Israel. That can not be. I mean, this is crazy. What they have done to the country of Germany, as we know, is history, right? And it's just totally flipped the script. I mean, where's the Austrian painter when you need him? So let's look at some more of this guy's videos. This is Andy, let's see if I can put it on a better screen. Andy Ventino, journalist, protest, contact. So I guess he does journalism in Germany. So scrolling down, you can see some more. This is pretty interesting stuff, y'all. And I don't even live in Germany, and this is very interesting to me because I think it is a great country. Again, it's the leadership that is awful.
Entschuldigung, eine Frage. Geht unsere Freundin zum Käse oder was? Entschuldigung. Kann ich Sie nicht beantworten, leider.
Germany is off the list for me now. Considering as a country to move to, has great cities, great programs, as I said, but great public transport. But it's
Dienstnummer haben. Wurden ja gerne angesprochen werden. Gehen Sie
looking
bitte
bad.
Abstand, ne? Das ist ein polizeilicher Sichtbereich. Haben wir Festnahmen getätigt, ne? Das ist jetzt genau. Super. Von hier können Sie filmen. Super.
It has a great bike infrastructure, great for cycling, and I like cycling. I like a city that I can cycle in without fear of dying by a car hitting me. And it has nothing to do with the video, but I'm just telling you what I'm looking for in a city. But if you have a government that is censoring you and oppression and supporting Israel to this degree, it's not worth it.
Fucking flag!
Hey, du musst mich nicht hier ankommen. Ja, gucken wir mal.
We must unzionize our world. Let's go. So I'm glad to see that at least the German people, the people of Germany, at least some of y'all are awake to what is going on. Benjamin Netanyahu, what does that say?
Our police.
They calling out BlackRock. Yes, all owned by the same type of people, y'all. All owned by the same type of Zionist people.
With the tax that we pay, we need to pay the salary of police that support and protect this kind of situation. But can you imagine the paradox?
Police. How do you pronounce that? Police.
It's not a question of
That sounds Italian, not German. Police.
religion or nationality. It's a question of humanity. And the police supposed to be also here for us, not only for you. In a day like this, should not be allowed. This is a provocation that should not be allowed. Only because you have people from the big desk here.
Want it. Bibi Netanyahu want it. Exactly, he is. I think they said the Norwegian countries, Norway, Finland, what's the other one? Sweden. Norway, Finland, Sweden. I think Denmark, maybe another one, said if Bibi Netanyahu lands in their country, he is being arrested. And I was considering the Norwegian countries to move to just because of how anti-Israel they are. But they also have their cons about their countries. Cold, I don't really like their food too much. And they're really like, they digitalize cash, which is oppressive in a different way. So it's like, no country is perfect. So there are things about the Norwegian countries that I just can't, I can't sacrifice or I can't excuse. I don't want to live in a cashless society, which they're moving to. So I'm like, and it's food is, I don't really like the food that they do in those countries, and it's probably too cold for me. So I'm like, yeah, they're good countries. They're anti-Israel. And I like what they said about arresting Netanyahu. But anyways.
Wir bombardieren Menschen, wir massakrieren Kinder in Rekordzahlen.
And Trump just say on the airplane, by the way, that Iranians are evil people and they actually chop the head of children and stuff like that. Again, yesterday also Merz make a speech that is unbelievable. I mean, this BlackRock guy, this ex-BlackRock employee, that nobody liked it and nobody wanted, is now one of the many puppets that we have in Europe that talk for the profits and the interests of oligarchs, not for the good of their own people in Germany, the people in Europe. So, but today it's a good day. Today it's a good day because we're going to be really thousands and thousands of people all over Berlin to show. It doesn't matter what people think. They really want to show that Germany is pro-Zionism. Check it out. We're not.
At least they allowed them to protest. That's one thing, because not every country will allow its citizens to protest. So at least they can do that, It's not the worst country.
I can't see why Iran would immediately bomb Cyprus, but obviously the Mossad has been very much involved in Cyprus since latest 1967.
Well, as a false flag to drag the EU into the war, right?
Absolutely, and I would very much believe that the silly attempt to condemn what's going on in Cyprus to accuse the Iranians is and that of what Starmer said, that this in the defense, we reserve the right to be offensive. He sounds like a Green Party politician in Germany in that moment. I think that's just the beginning of Mass making the statement that Germany will also make preemptive strikes to protect their own sovereignty of, say, their Ramstein military base, which is nothing other than a U.S. colonial location, and it's actually U.S. territory inside of Germany. Europe is clearly a vassal, larger American colony. Yes. The European Union is an American empire project, and it looks like Israel has the larger control of the entire U.S. Congress.
You know what he said? The European Union is an empire, American empire project. Who controls America? Israel. So basically what it seems like is Israel is wanting to just expand their territory throughout the whole world, you know, by making it look like they're not. It's the European Union, but America has bases on all these European Union countries. And who's controlling the U.S.? Israel. So when you go up the trickle down, up to the top, what do you find? The Star of David, the Star of Remphan, not David, the Star of Remphan. And who's behind that? Yisrael.
Killed 600,000 Palestinians, but it's not enough for Germany to stand up and say no more, no more, no more, negotiation, peace. They don't want peace. They don't want peace. Wake up, Germans, raping babies.
The Germans drank all the Kool-Aid. It's part of their
They don't care as long as it's not their children, right? As long as it's only brown children. They don't care. Why should they care?
Will Germany help the war effort?
Sure. How much money do they give? How much Rheinmetall gives to Gaza, to kill Gaza? They killed 600,000 Palestinians, but it's not enough for Germany.
I'm sure that Israel would not be planning to actually drop a nuke. I don't want to spread rumors and pretend that Israel is trying to nuke Iran. Maybe this is just Israel trying to scare the Iranian government into trying to getting them to surrender. We don't know. I'm sure Israel would not be crazy enough to drop a nuke onto Iran. Officially, they don't even have nuclear weapons. We know they do, but officially they don't. But still, this is a big deal. Israel has made these threats today, but they've also issued that evacuation order to anyone within 15 kilometers of Iran's nuclear facility, Isfahan. This is a huge deal. And so if Israel does carry out an attack onto the nuclear facilities, especially a nuclear attack.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap it up there. Is Israel going to nuke Iran? It's up in the air. I don't know. This hasn't been done since the 1940s, the U.S. And the last time it's been done was then. We're coming up on 100 years since the last time a nuke was used on a country. And I'm actually surprised humanity has not resorted to nukes before that time. And why do I think that is? I don't think it's because humanity is so good and has so much self-control. What I think it is God has literally just shown his mercy and grace on the world for us not to get into nuclear war. Like, it's probably without God's restraint, I think nuclear war would have already happened. It would probably happen every single decade. A nuke would have been shot in another country. In my opinion, if God's restraint, because God has ultimate sovereignty over world affairs. And so in my opinion, if God would take that restraint away, the humanity would just destroy itself almost completely with a nuclear war. So I think that's the only reason, when I think about it, that's the only reason humanity has not been in a nuclear war since the nukes have been invented, whenever the first nuclear bomb was invented. Because take away God's restraint from the earth, the earth is going to be destroyed very quickly. Let me know what you think about that. May the Lord keep you. May he bless you. May he shine his face upon you always and give you peace. Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and you shall be saved. Amen.